If you've got stacks of Pokemon cards like commons, uncommons or normal rares for years lying around, you've probably asked yourself, is this stuff even worth selling? And the short answer, yes. And I will tell you in this video how you can do it. I'll show you how to sell your Pokemon bulk for real money without wasting time or getting ripped off. And we'll talk about what not to do, where you can actually make a decent return, and how much your bulk is really worth today. Let's get directly into it. Let's start with what bulk actually means. We're talking about common and uncommon cards, non-holo and holo rares, and also reverse holos. In short, cards that aren't worth much individually, but they add up in large quantities. Bulk can be also separated in vintage and modern bulk. The prices differ here a bit, and vintage is usually more valuable, especially in good conditions. The modern bulk contains mostly of the two recent eras, which are Sword and Shield and Skull and Violet. Now, how we can sell the cards? One way to sell bulk is to sell it at a local game store, or just bring it to a card show and ask sellers there if they want to buy your bulk. This way you can prevent the shipping costs, but often the prices are much lower than if you would sell it online. But maybe someone will offer a good price for your cards, which is not too far away from the online prices you can get, if you're a bit lucky, and you can then frequently sell your cards to them, which is another advantage. So it's more convenient to do it this way, but in my opinion, only worth if you're desperate to get rid of your cards or if you really found a good offer. So what works better than selling to stores? Let's talk about your online options, which can give you way more value for your Pokemon bulk cards. First up, there are eBay auctions. You can create listings with 500, 1000 or even 10,000 cards at a time, or even more. Make sure to clearly set your shipping fee, because bulk cards are very heavy and shipping costs can eat into your profits fast. In your listing, include a rarity breakdown, like how many common cards, uncommon, reverse holos, holo cards, etc. are in the lot. You do not need to count every card, but make a rough assumption. And definitely add a few sample photos. This will increase the price and also the buyers which are looking for your offer. You don't need to show every card there, since this is not possible, just enough to give buyers a good idea of what they are getting. Next up, we got Facebook groups. This can actually be one of the best ways to sell bulk, especially in active collecting communities there. You'll often get higher rates than in local stores, sometimes up to 1 or 2 cents per card, which adds up fast in large lots. Also, this is true for eBay. But you have to be careful here with Facebook. Only use PayPal goods and services, not friends and family for payment. It has a small fee, but it gives you buyer and seller protection in case something goes wrong. Also watch out for red flags like buyers with no profile photo, no post history, or people asking for shady payment methods. Also, there are other downsides with selling in Facebook groups. It takes more time. You need to answer a lot of messages and organizing sales. Then sometimes also people go away and not answer anymore. And also there's a high scam risk, especially if you're not cautious. On Facebook, there are many serious collectors and competitive players. They shop for bulk, but you need to look out for scams there. So if you're willing to put in a bit of time, this platform can also give you a good return. And I usually rather go with eBay because I like it more and it feels more safe, and there's also a larger community. But you can get good offers also on Facebook. So I personally buy and sell largely my stuff on eBay and also on another marketplace which is only available in Switzerland. But you need to figure out by yourself. I would recommend go with eBay, but you can try also Facebook out. Okay, now let us take a look on the pricing side. You have different methods on eBay to list your cards. There are fixed price items and auction-based items. For common and uncommon cards, you can usually expect around 1 cent to 2 cents, maybe a bit less if you are unlucky. And for reverse holos and holos, maybe around 3 cents up to 10 cents, depends very on the set also. And for regular rares, usually 1 cent to 3 cents. And for mixed packs, which are the most, you can expect around 1.5 to 3 cents. So it really depends on how your offer is made up. And you can start listing them as fixed prices. If no one buys it, just make the price a bit lower. And then if you do not sell them, just list them as auction. If you sell your cards then on the lower range of the prices, you can usually quickly sell your cards. But if you can wait weeks or months, it might be possible to sell also for the higher limit. And it depends also if you include vintage bulk, there the price is a bit different and also based more on the condition. So for vintage you need to look a bit more into the details. Also your cards should be near mint condition for the modern eras, and only a few should be below this condition. Otherwise you need to mention it to avoid complaints. And yeah, the price will be hence lower. A tip: if you got many cards from a specific set, you can list it as an own bulk offer. Often you can reach higher prices by doing this. For example, cards from 151 tend to be higher since many people collect the cards and building master sets, also me. And hence the demand for missing single cards is increased. So the bulk buyers which sell the single cards from it are more interested in those cards and are willing to pay higher prices for it. I would also recommend to list multiple small offers. For example, if you got 10,000 cards, then you can list 10 times 1,000 cards or 20 times 500 cards instead of listing all 10,000 cards at once. This way you get the demand of another customer segment, which are private persons. And so prices can be higher here, but you need therefore to wait longer until the card sells. So it's always a trade-off between time and price. But I assume if the cards were sitting 5 years in your basement, then maybe you can wait another 6 months to find a new home for them. Now some tips for selling bulk cards. The first one is be transparent. List exactly what the buyer is getting. For example, your offer can say around about 5,000 cards bulk, consists of 85% common and uncommons, 5% rares, and then the rest 10% are rare rares holos and holos. You can also weigh the cards. This way you don't need to count them since it's really annoying. Just look up the weight per card and then you can calculate the amount. And if you have high amounts of holos and reverse cards in your bulk set, make sure to point this clearly out in the offer, in the description and in the title as well. And this will increase your selling price and you attract more buyer with it. The second one is set your shipping right. Use boxes and bubble wrap inside it and weigh your package before listing it, since shipping can be a main cost driver. And set the shipping cost in the auction, if you do it in an auction, separately and do not include free shipping to prevent losing money. And the last one is take 3 to 4 photos or even more and good photos. Not of every card, this is not possible, but of a sample spread. And this builds then the credibility. Selling your Pokemon bulk can help you fund your next big card purchase or clear out space while making a bit of cash. If this video helped you understand the best ways to sell bulk, give it a like. And subscribe if you want more weekly tips for sellers, collectors and Pokemon TCG fans. Got a box of bulk at home? Drop a comment below then. Tell me how many cards you've got and why you keep it and do not sell it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.